sweet corn soup with vegetables and tofu. Hi, I'm Anupa and welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. I'm going to be showing you how to make your favorite soup recipe. Yes, sweet corn soup with vegetables and tofu. Quite healthy. So let's quickly run through the ingredients. For sweet corn soup, I need about 150 grams of sweet corn, cream style, which is available in a can form. Just buy one can and you will be done for about 4 portions of this lovely soup. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1/4 small cabbage finely chopped. You could also grate it. 1/4 carrot finely chopped. Half a cup of corn kernels. These are boiled. Salt to taste. About 1 tablespoon of sugar. Half a teaspoon of pepper powder. About 150 grams of tofu. 2 cups of vegetable stock. Some spring onions chopped. First, let us heat up a wok. And what do you do with this cream style corn that I have? When you open the can of the corn, it's quite thick. You see this mixture is quite thick. So first we have to add some water to this and mix it well so that there aren't any lumps, and add the entire thing to this wok. Now it's still quite thick for a soup, so what you have to do is add some more stock to this. Mix this well. Now we have to wait for this to come to a boil. What I do is I generally cover it. So when you cover any pan, it comes to a boil very fast. So this is with any kind of cooking that you want to do. When you want the liquid or the soup or the stock or just plain water to come to a boil, cover it. So the heat gets trapped inside and water comes to a boil. So till the time this comes to a boil, let's quickly prepare some ingredients. I have tofu here with me, which I need to chop. Now I'll show you one thing. I have carrots and cabbage which are chopped really fine. So the tofu will also have to be chopped fine. Since all the particles in the soup are going to be of the similar shape, it becomes easier for one to take the soup into the spoon and have it. Remember, not just with soup, but with any other vegetable or any other stew that you make, try and keep the cut size of the vegetable identical to the other one. If you're using chicken in a soup, try and cut it as big as the vegetable in the soup or vice versa. Okay, you see this? It has come to a boil so fast. Now we'll quickly cut the tofu. And we'll cut this also into smaller pieces. May not be as fine as the carrot and the cabbage, but this is perfect. Now since this has come to a boil, let's add the vegetables. Carrot, we'll also add cabbage. Give it a mix. To this we'll add some corn kernels. Leave the tofu for the end. Before this, let's also cut some spring onions. Spring onion greens should be added right at the end because it's a green vegetable, and if you tend to cook this, it may go black. And spring onion is something that you can also have raw. So I prefer to add it at the end. And Chinese food is incomplete without spring onion. So this should be used as a garnish. So that's it. We need some more stock here. Time to add some seasonings, salt. Remember that the cream style corn that we used in the beginning also had some salt. So the addition of more salt will have to be a little less. Before you add salt, taste. But since we've added so much of stock to this, there is a possibility that you may have to add a little bit of salt. After salt, let's add some pepper. And it's sweet corn soup, so very little sugar. That's it. Now if you feel that the soup is quite thin, we'll thicken this with some cornstarch. So dissolve cornstarch in the remaining vegetable stock that you have. Very little is what I see. That's it. Don't need to add anything more. Just let this thicken a bit. You see this? The soup has thickened well. After you make this soup, serve it immediately. Firstly, because it has cornstarch, and this soup is something which has to be had very hot because it tends to coagulate, it tends to thicken even more. So if that happens, then you have to add some more stock to this, Boil it a little more and then serve. This is done. Switch off the gas. Add the tofu. Mix this up well. This is fine. After you've mixed this, take a serving spoon. Here is your soup. We'll garnish this with some spring onions. That's it. Sweet corn soup with vegetable and tofu is ready. Make this recipe just the way I have made it and you'll love it.